Yeah.
Gemstones are official 40K canon. Game Workshop is bombarded by fans in their reveal video, which is the least surprising and the least shocking thing. We already knew they're gonna make it canon. It was just a matter of time.
Total chud humiliation combined with the sexiest and blanchiest custodes to date makes this one of, if not the best, reveals for the Emperor's 10,000.
Bro, like, really? Total chud humiliation combined with the sexiest and blanchiest custodes to date makes this one of, if not the best reveals for the Emperor's 10,000. Does it turn you
Dude.
on? Does it make you go all stiffy? The blanchiest, here we go. Blanche from Golden Girls. The blanchiest. You know what? I'll allow this. Anyway.
She'd be the greatest custodes ever.
What's up, space pirates? This is your admiral, the ever-charming Dr. Disaster. And there are a lot of strategies out there which businesses use in order to drum up excitement in their customers.
Yeah.
Games Workshop has an interesting strategy. They have
Piss off everyone. Here's the plan. Piss off everyone and completely lose trust and faith of all your consumers.
decided to walk up to a large portion of their fan base and go,
Reminds me of the one character from Concord. Hold on. Oh, this picture, right? Hold on. We gotta get to the bottom of this.
No, the other one, the one that looked like a
The purple-haired
$2. I think so. The one that's in green armor. There you go.
Oh, this
Right
one?
there.
Wait, this
No,
one? No? Wait, which
No.
one? Oh, I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Forgot about this one.
Dude, it's just it just gets worse, huh?
Oh my god, I forgot about this. Holy, my brain completely went into witness protection.
Oh, damn!
they've done it, folks. They have finally committed to what they have been talking about for a while now. Around 2 years ago, Games Workshop made the proclamation that the Adeptus Custodes had always had females in their ranks.
Yeah. Not in custodes. We always had women. We had a lot of women. We had sexy women. We didn't have this monstrosity though. I'm sorry,
No.
even like the Slaanesh Chaos followers were sexier than whatever this is. We already had badassery, okay? Bro, look at this. Look at oh my god. Look at maybe my next cosplay should be Sister of Battle. Sister of Silence too. Sister of Silence, they basically killed.
Dude, they're so badass.
The Sisters of Silence are dead.
They fudged up. I don't know how they did it, but they fudged up.
They are? No, like Workshop basically literally forgot about them. Wait, what am I saying? I don't need to cosplay as hold up.
Even says she can purge any day of the week.
So if I cosplay Sister of Battle, I'm gonna just make it look like this. And I think it's time. I think it's time to go into war for the God Emperor.
Breaking with decades of lore in order to appease a section of people who appear to be more interested in transforming the custodian.
Okay. Okay, Dr. Disaster.
in order to feel personally validated than they are in the actual game and hobby itself. Their primary focus appears to be asserting dominance over others, and they take glee in knowing that their efforts may result in demoralization of any who oppose them.
So that's chaos theory.
These ghouls simply
You know what's really baffling to me? The gaming industry already, fucked around and found out, right? But now Games Workshop, I swear, like they are operating on like 5 FPS, and Games Workshop a year later, Games Workshop walks in doing the same shit. What the fuck are they doing?
want you to capitulate to their worldview that sexual characteristics are essentially meaningless. As George Orwell wrote in 1984, the party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command. So yes, for these people, transforming this hobby is the entire point. As
Will the people they're pandering to even buy these models? Absolutely freaking not. They are not gonna buy this. Like, look at this. What is this? We have quite a few people in our community who actually paint figurines like on a daily basis. They're not gonna buy this. The people they're pandering to are not gonna buy this. Who is gonna buy this? All you're gonna see is like a couple of months later, it's gonna be on clearance in stores. Oh wait, a lot of stores already cut contact with Games Workshop and they already put everything on clearance just to get rid of it. It ended up working out for me because I have 4 boxes of Sisters of Battle figures. It worked out for me, the clearance sale and Games Workshop pissing off the stores.
this person here wrote on X,
Female custodes confirmed. Games Workshop repeats their statement. Chuds GTFO.
now,
Bro, female custodes confirmed. Games Workshop repeats their statement. Child to get the fuck out. And guess what? They will get the fuck out. And then people are gonna be blaming the chat for not giving them money.
Foe.
Now, notice how this says nothing about how this improves the game. Games Workshop
What the heck was that voice? I think Dr. Disaster found a VTuber voice changer.
kowtowed to a group of people whose purpose is to drive away a significant portion of their community.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
Well, you can already see how this is working out for them if you take a look at the video reveal of the Femstodes figures from yesterday.
Yeah, it didn't really go well.
No, it did not.
Yesterday on YouTube, you can see that they have already been ratioed into oblivion at a clip that is now going on a 2-to-1. The Wokehammer people are
Who is trying to sync their up faster? Games Workshop or Wizard of the Coast? Who will win? You decide.
Whoever sinks faster, right? So
Yeah,
Warhammer
both.
40K would sink faster.
They will both run off the cliff at the same time. Thelma and Louise style.
celebrating, but despite the fact that they claim that this change is great for the hobby, they haven't explained why, and the majority of people seem to disagree. But this is what woke locusts do. They infest a hobby and they don't care what the outcome is. They just
Yeah, they infest it, they fuck it up, and then they're gone onto the next target. And Games Workshop is gonna find out.
move on to their next infestation plans.
The only way you can survive is to spread to another area. There is
It's just so stupid. It's just so stupid. The fact that like Games Workshop even like listened to all of this and decided to do changes, which by the way, ignores sororitas exist, ignores Sisters of Silence, ignores female Elder and Dark Elder, ignores female Tau, ignores female Chaos. Also Tau, Jason, shout out to you. Ignores the trillions of females in the Imperial Guard, ignores the millions of female in the Inquisition. Don't bring any new female officials in the Imperium. Instead, completely botch the lore surrounding the gene editing for super soldiers just to shoehorn in the existence of female custodians. I think, and I know a lot of people have been saying this, and I was a little bit like hesitant to agreeing with it, but I think even I have to officially admit this is a case just wanting to infiltrate male spaces and male hobbies and fuck it up. Think I finally agree with it.
Yep.
The more you see it happening, the more you kind of have to think like, is this really real though? This has to be chaos influence. Female custodians is not approved by the emperor. Chaos is gonna look at this and go, ew, I don't want her. Oh, maybe that's why they're there, right?
100%.
Do you really think Chaos would want this?
No, they would not.
There's another organism on this planet that follows the same pattern, a virus.
Dance break.
Alright, me hearties, let's talk about what they've done by finally going all in their retcon of the Adeptus Custodes and making the Femstodes 100.
So wait, does that mean the leaked pages were real too? Where they were describing that the female custodian is attending to the god emperor and as he's like dying? So that means like the pages were real.
I wouldn't really say so, right? We would only find out when it's released, you know?
The books?
Yes.
There's already confirmation that female custodians are there. What else are you waiting for?
The books.
100% canonical in Warhammer 40k. The most infuriating thing about Games Workshop's approach to this situation has been the fact that they were coy and put out this post a few years ago, making it sound like female custodies had always been a thing.
Yeah, in regards to female custodians, there have always been female custodians since the first of the 10,000 were created. What?
Stop the cap.
But like the reality is people are quoting their own books at them that they weren't. And Games Workshop just goes, nah.
No, they're literally pulling the nuh-uh.
And when people questioned them, they brushed it off with the whole unreliable narrator BS excuses that poor writers use when trying to shoehorn their own personal pet ideas into a well-established story. But Marshall Bohemond wrote on X, and there's Games Workshop lying to your face again, trying to gaslight you about the lore.
Bro, why is it so blurry? I want to read it so bad. I'm gonna try to find this. I really want to read this just from like seeing the have you changed the lore. I thought all Space Marines and the Custodes were male. I really want to find this.
Games Workshop trying to bring a new Custodes. Gaslight failed. Yep. Riku says GW using Gaslight. Yep. Medic says that's lame. I'm staying loyal to my sisters. Just give them some focus, cowards. That's what I'm saying. That's what Lifu's been saying as well. Like
Wow.
that Sisters of Battle and Sisters of Silence do not have any kind of like in-depth story, like crazy story. You know, like they're not in the forefront.
Yeah, and that's really bothering me.
And you know what's crazy? They're fighting Necrons as well. I think in the story,
So
if
cool
I
to
remember correctly,
watch.
they are fighting the Necrons currently. Like they're like the animations. I've always seen the fight with Necrons.
I found it. I found the post. Hell yeah. Look at me go. No. So me and Zed were even like trying to figure out like the most accurate portrayal of Sisters of Battle because I'm right now in the middle of gathering all this again. I forgot how it's called when like I want to recreate a whole scene with the figurines. How was the code again? Like the figurines I have diorama. Yes, it's called diorama. So I'm trying to make the right surrounding and make like a whole diorama of Sisters of Battle fighting Necrons. Is this a new thing? Well, yes and no. Up until this point, those new Legion and Adeptus Custodes miniatures we've seen without helmets have been obviously male, and the rest have been so armored that it's hard to tell. The new range has a mix of both male and female Custodes. Have you changed their lore? I thought all Space Marines and Custodes were male. Space Marines, yes. Lore-wise, Space Marines are made from human males, willing aspirants aspirant I'm so sorry, or unwilling of the cusp of adolescence. I'm so sorry. They are subject to a series of horrific trials, and the strongest emerge as remorseless killers. Their humanity is stripped away so they can serve as living weapons in the Emperor's armies. There are no female adeptus Astartes. Okay. I remember someone was saying that they're planning to add female Astartes. I really hope that's not true.
Yeah, no. That means they're
That's
backtracking what they said.
they already are backtracking. Custodes are not Space Marines, other than the obvious point that they are both towering gene enhanced warriors. The similarities pretty much stop there. Custodes are taken as infants and re- recrafted by ancient science. The process is arcane and bespoke to each individual. The Emperor himself trained oversight of the process. Yeah, I remember we read on stream like the paragraphs from the book where it literally says it's sons of the emperor. So unless in that universe you call women sons as well, I don't know. But aren't Custodes made from the sons of I should have just continued reading, that's on me.
Ooh.
Aren't the Custodes made from the sons of Terran noble houses? Some of them are, yes. The emperor is all about symbolism and authority. So those pre-unification patriarch houses that passed their kingdom down to firstborn sons had those sons taken and remade as guardians of the emperor. That is still true, but was not the only source of recruitment. Other methods might have been equally bro, like this is just so noble daughters could also have been taken, and at some point you run out of noble houses. He literally pulled a aw.
Right there during the interview.
And this company is finished. And then he posted this image of Games Workshop once again trying to bullshit everyone with this statement. They wrote here, "Is this a new thing?" Well, yes and no. Up until this
Bro, I read all of that, but he's going through it. Okay.
point, those few Adeptus Custodes miniatures we've seen without helmets have obviously been male, and the rest have been so armored that it's hard to tell.
Yeah, all the women were just conveniently concealed throughout what decades now? They were just conveniently concealed. That's what you guys didn't know.
The new range has a mix of both male and female Custodes, and then they said, "Have you changed the lore? I thought all Space Marines and Custodes were male." And then, rather than just say yes and cop to it by saying, "We changed it," instead, they had some horse shit that they wanted to peddle. They wrote, "Lore-wise, Space Marines are made from human males. They are subjected to a series of horrific trials."
Didn't the publisher announce that they won't be using AI? Yeah. I saw that announcement. It came so out of left field. I've already said that whenever I'm talking about Larian, which by the way, I got so much heat defending Larian. Yeah, like all of a sudden, all these companies out of nowhere are announcing that they're not gonna be using AI in their content, right as like the Larian controversy was heating up.
And the strongest emerge as remorseless killers. There are no female Adeptus Astartes, and then they explain that Space Marines and Custodes are not the same, and then they say, and this is where the maximum gaslighting really takes place, but anyhow they wrote, "But aren't the Custodes made from the sons of Terran noble houses? Some of them are, yes. The Emperor is all about symbolism and authority, so those pre-unification patriarchal houses that passed their kingdoms down to firstborn sons had those sons taken and remade as guardians of the Emperor. That is still true, but that was not the only source of recruitment. And do tell, Games Workshop, the Custodians have been a faction since 1987, and you've had plenty of time to explain that actually there are female characters in this group.
And all of a sudden, all of this came out in the era of DEI in gaming. All of a sudden, when BlackRock started swinging around money like it's a big, just going, boop, all of a sudden, custodians are also female. So of course people are gonna be drawing this conclusion, like how much money did BlackRock give you?
You've had plenty of time to make actual female minis for this faction, but you haven't. Why is that? In order for this to not seem like a naked bit of pandering to a special interest group, this explanation really needed to be good, but Games Workshop said, and pay attention to the language.
Like for decades, they haven't shown a single female custodian. For decades, there hasn't been a single female custodian mentioned. For decades, there wasn't a female custodian figurine. All of a sudden, they were always there. They were too busy attending to the God Emperor, right?
Here, they said other methods might have been equally overt, others far more secretive. Noble daughters could also have been taken, and at some point you run out of noble houses even after you've conquered all of Terra. The inexorable war machine of the Imperium still requires a constant churn of recruits. So, just to be clear, there might have been other methods, and noble daughters could have been taken. But what that sounds like to me is that they don't have any reason.
But if you go through all the old books, the original books, even like books up to like what, 2010? No, even later than 2010, it only mentions the sons. All the sons, the daughters too. I feel like no one would have had a single issue if they would have just adapted the story. They could have even used the same reasoning. Okay, the noble houses are running out of sons, so now they had to figure out how to genetically alter women, right? No one would have taken offense if they would have just evolved it instead of just pushing shit into it.
Real explanations. This is something they simply wanted to do because it plays into the fantasies of the shitlib.
It still would make no sense. No, I'm not saying making them female custodians. I'm saying making a completely like different subsection.
Who simply cannot stand the idea of any organization being non-inclusive. Murder and other atrocities don't seem to bother these people anywhere near as much as simply not playing along with their fantasies and adhering to their worldviews. And that is because, for these people, they don't care about the hobby. The actual game and world of Warhammer is ancillary to what they
Same as the Witcher lore? Exactly. Like, I understand you want to make it like, oh, more girl accessible and blah, blah, blah. But that's bullshit. The Witcher had women. Witcher had badass women. Warhammer has badass women. I swear to God, like ever since it was that person who went on like a tirade on Twitter saying that, oh, I went through the entirety of Warhammer lore. There's no women representation there whatsoever. There's no representation in Warhammer. It's like, bruh, there's so many factions of just women. There's so many factions of with women. And you can get whatever representation you want. You can even get spores as representation. Freaking orcs. I should add orcs with boobs. You see? Then they're gonna be too hot. That's gonna be a problem too.
Drakari has some pretty badass women.
Orcs are fungus. Orcs are shrooms. Hot orcs. Don't threaten me with a good time. Hey.
truly care about. feeling as though they have power and control over the chuds, and in this way they reveal that they truly are the tourists in this space. Warhammer and the Custodian faction have existed for many decades, and until the past few years, there was no
Absolutely. Yep.
controversy when it comes to this subject. The true indigenous people of the Warhammer hobby were doing just fine until these jackasses in
Bro, like the reality is, like Games Workshop, everything they do with Warhammer is like printing money. Why did they have to like soil everything? They could have continued just printing money. Instead, they honestly just jeopardized their own income. All they
Yep.
had to do is just stay put.
invaded and made their naked power play, demanding that things change to suit their needs. And that is what an outsider does. They come into a space, and if it doesn't suit them, they attempt to change it. That is the essence of tourism. And make no mistake, this is
Because they hate their community. Well, they already showcased that they hate their community by providing absolute trash product, right? But now
Yeah.
they just pissed away like the last good faith of the community. The very last. Correction, parasite, not tourist. No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good point too.
at some point, yeah, we need to start making a difference between what is a tourist and what is a parasite. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
a naked power play. Changing this component of the lore does nothing to make the lives of the proponents of this change any better, and it does nothing to improve their hobby experience. They were always allowed to have their own headcanon that said that the custodes or even the Space Marines had females in it, but it simply fills them with malicious glee to think that the people at Games Workshop bent the knee to their whims. That is literally the point of the entire gender blurring movement. Their goal is to simply consolidate power and punish anyone who has not bowed to them yet. Meanwhile, all this focus on gender and sex in these characters seems to have a funny side effect.
Yeah.
As Arch points out on X,
Yeah, I saw this. They're making mistakes in their own stuff now, like crucial mistakes. Not just the female custodians. Did I? Yeah, look. Okay, this is the original, right? This is the original weapon.
Yeah. What's the trigger? Why do you have a gun on top of that? There's no trigger.
Exactly. People have been already digging through everything.
hold on, I just effing noticed they forgot the trigger. Classic. Let me hear it again. Gender politics and lore do not mix. The addition of one always makes the other suffer, and he includes two images in
I'm sorry, someone has to crack that joke. So they removed the gun element from the female custodians and just gave them a glorified knives on a stick. Is that supposed to be a joke to get back into the kitchen? It's a joke.
his post. In this one, you can see the trigger clearly pointed out on this weapon, and here you can see that Games Workshop forgot to include the damn thing in this model. It seems they might have been a bit too focused on forcing this garbage down people's throats, and this perfectly illustrates precisely what we have been saying all along. The people who peddle this shit are not interested in fidelity. They aren't interested in things making sense in this world, or things being done correctly. They don't care about such trivial details as soldiers having a means
Okay,
of firing
um,
their weapon. The only thing they give a shit about it all is a
It's just dumb, yeah.
Okay, even if there's a benefit of the doubt that it
Mm-hmm.
might be a different kind of spear,
Mm-hmm.
bolter spear, right?
Yeah.
Because yeah, I get it, but wouldn't it make more sense if all the weapons were uniformed? Especially there's 10,000 and they
Yeah.
all have like standard weaponry that they have, right?
Well,
Because let's give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's one of those spears that you twist and shoot, right?
mm-hmm.
And the other ones that you can shoot from far range. Doesn't make sense why does she have that twist spear, but not the other ones?
Don't they have like a mechanic in those spears, like the ones you twist and shoot? Like, don't they have like a trigger there too? I'm looking at it right now.
She has a training spear gun.
All the ones I see are like literally like 14 hours ago.
Yeah, I'm looking at the image. Custodes weapons right now. I see them with the spear with the trigger. I don't see the spear that she has.
Chance to revel in the demoralization that they are determined to cause. They don't care about the damage they do, because if it gets bad, they can always leave, because guess what? They were always tourists. But
Well, they won't leave up until they ruin everyone's fun.
anyways, me hearties, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already. A lot of you have told me you have been unwillingly unsubscribed to the channel, so make sure that you are still subscribed. Ever since I started bringing this up in my videos, I've had a bunch of people tell me that this had happened to them. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, no, it's a rampant issue. It's absolutely a rampant issue with YouTube unsubscribing people. It is bad. But this was a good video. It was a good summary with everything that's happening. Cannot wait to get more shit for talking about Warhammer like I do every time.
Yeah.
That's gonna be exhilarating. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be great. What's the worst that can happen, right? Right.
I tripped and now I'm the hero. How did this even occur? I pressed one button by mistake. Now the world depends on her. I tripped and now I'm the hero. No plan, no brain, just vibes. Power level accidentally maxed out. Rule the outside. Wait. Why am I glowing? Who gave me this power? Put it back. I tripped and now I'm the hero.